everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to talk seashells and seashell jewelry making. So I have been to the beach since we moved to Florida several times, and we live about 30 to 45 minutes from 2 or 3 different beaches. I live on the East Coast though, and the West Coast is apparently the best place for finding good seashells. So we'll talk about that more in a minute, but first our encouraging word for today is 2 Thessalonians 3:16. I will give you peace at all times and in every situation. And I have found that to be true. Whew. Okay, so the Florida East Coast beaches. So they are, of course, on the Atlantic side, and they get beat by the waves. The waves are violent. They can be violent. And so a lot of the shells that wash up on the East Coast beach shores are broken or pieces of things. And so I have been to Bethune Beach the last 2 Mondays, and I have been shelling, looking for the good shells. And I have found some really interesting things, but I'm not finding the really cool shells that I'm seeing people on YouTube finding, like the twisty shells and, you know, the conch shells and all these, they're called olives and just all kinds of different types of really cool stuff. So I'm really wanting to take a trip over to a West Coast beach just to check out the shelling over there. But I did watch a video that somebody had posted where they had been in St. Augustine and had found a lot of really cool stuff. So I think I'm going to take a trip up to St. Augustine in a couple of weeks. And I'm going this weekend to see my friend Robbie, and she is a shark tooth expert. Seems like she finds all kinds of shark's teeth on the beach. And so I'm hoping that beach is up around Jacksonville, so I'm hoping to find something cool there. So anyway, I'm just going to show you guys what I have found, and we'll talk a little bit about how to make jewelry out of it, and then, and probably not in this video, but in a different video, we're going to make some jewelry out of these shells. And I've got kits that I've put together on my website. I have pendant kits, bracelet kits, and earring kits. And I'm going to show you how to make the jewelry. If you want to buy the kit, you can, or if you just want to go get your own shells, you can. But so let's just hop into it. So these, I believe, and I could be completely mistaken, but I think for the most part they are clam shells, the kind that would have a pearl in them if you had a clam. And these you can find all over the East Coast seashores. They're everywhere. So there's a lot of different ones. There's these pretty dark colored ones. There are the lighter, whoops. You know, there are orangey. This one's got some black. It looks like moss growing on it or something. Now, I've cleaned all of these in a saltwater solution, soaked them and cleaned them all. But these are some of the really common, you know, you can find these, you can find big ones of these. I don't usually pick up the real big ones because I can only really use them to make trinket trays, and I don't make a lot of the trinket trays. So, you know, mostly what I'm looking for is stuff that's going to be used to make jewelry. And isn't this pretty? What I would do is I would drill it, a hole in it, and I'll show you how to do that in one of the videos. And then you can hang a charm in here, you could glue pearls, you could even just drill a hole and wear it this way. So they're really, really beautiful for making jewelry, you know. Each one is unique, and they're just gorgeous. I love them. Now, some of these smaller oyster shell or clam shells, if that's what these are, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of people shelling, and I'm trying to learn the different kinds. And, you know, so if I'm wrong, please tell me. I would love to know. I'm just trying to learn. Right now, I really know nothing. All I know is that the good shells all seem to be on the West Coast. So that's it. That's all I know. But you can also, if you find a matching pair, which this one really isn't, but if you do find a matching pair, you can make a cute pair of earrings out of these. So I have lots of these. I've found all kinds of these. Really pretty ones, big ones, small ones, fat ones, skinny ones, dark ones, light ones. I mean, every shade you can imagine just about in these guys. and I think they're really pretty. And I like to polyurethane the shells. You don't have to, obviously, but I just think it protects them, and if you're going to be drilling through them, it helps to give them some stability and all that. Look at this guy. Isn't he pretty? And I think they just bring out the colors, too. When you polyurethane it, it makes it look, you know how pretty they are when they're wet and then they dry and you're kind of like, oh, but the polyurethane makes them look wet all the time. But they're just beautiful, really pretty. But again, I think these are clam shells. Now, there are these, and then there are these kind, which seem to be a little bit different to me. These kind of seem to have a striped pattern going this way, while these have this stripe coming down, which this one has both. So I really don't know, but these are all kind of shaped, and they have this little tiered look to them. So I'm not sure what they are, but I put them in a different stack just because they look a little different than these others. But see them? They're really cool. So those are those. So let me put these back over in here. And like I said, I have a bunch of these because these are very plentiful on the beach. You can find them everywhere on the East Coast. So I'm hoping when I go up to St. Augustine in a couple of weeks that I can find some different things, and to up around near Jacksonville as well. Robbie finds all these shark's teeth, so I didn't find those, I don't think. I found a couple things here that I possibly think could be shark's teeth, but I have no idea, so I'm going to show them to you. And if anybody knows, please let me know. Like I said, I'm trying to learn. Okay, so those are the clam shells. I think they're clam shells, and these ones that I don't know if they're clam shells or not, but they appear to be a little bit different to me than those other ones. So, like I said, I put them in a separate pile. Okay, and then the other thing that you can find everywhere is this. I don't know what this is. I don't know if these are just pieces of shells that have been beat the heck to death, or if they are coral of some type. I don't know, but like that one you can see has lines in it, but they're very interesting, and they have some really, really pretty colors. Look at this one. So, and then this guy, he's got like 2 perfect holes drilled in him. I have no clue what he is. But those are perfect holes. So I don't know what these are. If you know, please tell me. But there's a lot of them. This one looks like a brain. And these you can find fairly easily as well, all over the shore on the East Coast. So I don't know if they're fossils. They look like fossils, kind of. But they're all different. Here's another brain looking one. There's a couple of those. This one I thought was super pretty. Look at the purple in there. And I'm probably going to make a pendant out of it. And this one I thought was pretty too. So this stuff is everywhere, and I don't know what it is. Some of them I know, like, some of them look more like pieces of shell, like this one there. You can see the lines in it. It looks like it's been a shell, but I don't know. Is it a fossil? Is it... What are they? This one I thought was really cool too. They look like they've had little trails drawn through them, or I don't know. They're all very interesting though. Each one I find really interesting. Look at this. So I'm probably going to make some pendants out of these just because they're so interesting and so cool. I mean, you could just glue a bail on the back of one of these and string it, and it's just so cool. Or you could wire wrap them. You could, I don't know what else you could do, but they're just really neat. And they have little pieces of shell in them and little pieces of rocks in them. So these you can find all over the place on the East Coast. But again, I don't know what they are. So if anybody knows, please feel free to enlighten me, because I would love to know. So I'm going to scoot these other ones down and move these over there. This one I couldn't get over because it has 2 perfect little holes drilled in it. What did that? And what is it? And yeah. Well, alien chunk or something. I don't know. So there's all these. And I like these a lot. So So they're very fun to find. Oops, that goes there. Okay, and then I'll show you a couple other really cool things. So this, I think, is a piece of coral. It was laying up on the beach. It washed up, but it's just really unique. It's got some sparkle in it, like pieces of shell embedded all in it. And I thought it would be really cool to use to take pictures with of my jewelry and stuff. So I picked it up. It's really interesting. I think it's a piece of coral, so somebody let me know. Is it? Is it not? Is it just a rock? I don't know. It looks like it has a whole shell embedded in it right there. It's just really cool. So anyway, found that. I found this, which I think is just a rock, but I'm not sure. Again, I think it's just a rock, but it's got some shell in it. So, and then I found this piece, and I thought this was really cool. So it's just like 3 shells stuck together, but I'm going to make a pendant out of it. I put a little hole right there in the top, and I'm going to glue a pearl in here. So that might be one of the tutorials. I did find one piece of sea glass. So this guy looks like he's been tumbled quite a bit. Not a gorgeous color, but still would make a cool pendant. You could wire wrap on it. Very cool. These right here, I don't know. I think these are just pieces of stuff. So, you know, this looks like it could be the piece of a twisty shell. Probably was, and would be really cool to just drill a hole through. Wouldn't that be a cool pendant? So, and then there's all these, and they're very smooth. See this one? It looks like it's been a shell at some point. But they're very smooth, and so they really would make really cool little necklaces, pendants, just something out of them. They have some interesting shapes. This looks like it's part of one of those conch shells maybe. But you could drill it and they're just, not every shell has to be whole and perfect. I think these pieces are really cool. So this one too. See that? But you can tell it's been beat to death. It's smooth, and so that's what I'm saying about the Atlantic shores. I think that they just beat everything to the point where you can't find very much whole stuff. Here's a little piece of something. But I pick them up anyway because I think they're interesting. Like this right here. Look at that. I mean, how interesting is that? You could drill it like this and glue a pearl right there. Really cool. Same thing with this one. And a lot of these have really pretty colors too. Like, you know, these darker. Look at this. And the stripes in that. Isn't that pretty? So found a lot of this kind of interesting stuff. This looks like it's been a piece of something round. So does this. So yeah, all kinds of really cool just pieces of things like that. And this one. So that's those. I don't know. Like I said, I guess they're just pieces of shell. And then these, I think, are pieces of oyster shells. So I know this is an oyster shell. I've seen oyster shells before, and these make really pretty pendants. So you hang a charm down in here. And I think these are pieces of oyster shells that have just been broken or tumbled so much that they're kind of smooth. But you can still kind of see this part of it right here. So even in this one. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Look at the back of it. So pretty. I mean, you could drill a hole in there and make a really cool pendant. Same with this. But I think that's what those are. I think they're oyster shell pieces. So we've got those. Then we've got these. And I don't know if these are a different kind of clam shell or if there's something else. But they all seem to be like almost to the point of being tumbled into just, they're smooth and rounded. It looks like they've just been tumbled and tumbled and tumbled. So I don't know what they started out as, but they're kind of cool. They're very heavy though and very thick. So I don't know that they would be very easy to drill through. They'd probably be very hard to drill through. So I'm not sure about those, but I thought they were cool looking. So there's those. And then these, I've seen people picking up things they call horse eye or shark eye. Is it a shark eye? Shark eyes. And I don't know if that's what this was at one point and it's just a piece of it, or if I don't know what it is, but it's really cool looking. If it's some kind of sea snail, I don't know, but I like to find these. These are fun. And again, would make a really cool pendant piece. Just look at how it swirls around and just really interesting. So there's those. Then these, I don't know what these are. These are little flat pieces, and they're always really pearly looking on one side. Really shiny and pearly. They're beautiful. Make really pretty necklaces, and I've even got in the kits, I've got a couple of these, and I've got one kit that's got 2 earring pieces. But look at this one. I don't know if you can see, but it's just got this like holographic almost. They're really cool. But a lot of them just look pearly. This one's kind of holographic almost, though. So I picked these up. I pick these up whenever I can find them because they're just really cool little pieces of stuff that'll make something pretty. And here's another one. Look at this. Really interesting. And then these are pieces of flat scallop, I think. So imagine how big he was if he was a whole piece. He's huge. And you could drill that, make a statement necklace. I don't know what exactly, but I think they're very cool looking. All these pieces. If I find these little flat scallop pieces, I keep them, even if they're just a piece. Like, look at this one. But they're very interesting, I think. This piece is really cool. So it doesn't have to be a whole shell. If I find something like this, I think this is just really cool. I mean, you could wire wrap down each of these with beads on it or something. I mean, what a cool way to make some jewelry. Unique. So there's those. And then these are scallops. I know these are scallops. Look at this. I would love to find a bunch of these. I think these are so pretty. I just found that one. And then this one's got a little bit of the pink on it. And this guy, but again, they're so beat up just from being pounded against the shore, I think, that they'll still make pretty jewelry, but they're very beat up. They're not like the things I'm seeing people find on the West Coast. And then these are everywhere, and I don't know what these are. I don't know if these are little clams or mussels. They're just little, the ones that have a creature still living in them, when they wash up on the shore, they dig down in the sand. So they're really pretty, though. They have beautiful colors, I think. But these are millions of them. They're everywhere. And then these are all things that I found that, I don't know, maybe it's just wishful thinking, but I was kind of like, these might be shark's teeth. I doubt they are, but I don't know. They kind of looked like it to me for some reason. So this one, if you know if any of these are, let me know. I doubt they are, but I don't know. They just kind of looked like it was a possibility, so I picked them up. Even if they're not, they're still really cool little pieces just to make something with. This one. They're probably just pieces of these kind of, where'd that shell go? Where'd they go? What did I do with them? Well, the twisty shell. Like I had a piece off of, oh, it's probably pieces of this kind of thing. I don't know, but maybe. But, you know, I'm imagining that it's a shark's tooth for some reason. And this one, and this one. So I'm sure they're just pieces of shell, but they kind of look shark's teethy to me. So those are my finds from my 2 days. I went this past Monday and I went the Monday before to Bethune Beach in New Smyrna. So like I said, this weekend I'm going to Jacksonville to spend the weekend with Robbie, and her and I are going to go to, maybe that's a shark's tooth. I don't know. Her and I are going to go to a beach up there, so I'm excited to see what I might find in Jacksonville that would be different. And then the following week, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks after, I'm probably going to try to drive over to St. Augustine Beach. So if anybody lives in the St. Augustine area, let me know, because I would like to, you know, I'm going to hang out on the beach there one day. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to pick out some of these pieces to make jewelry from, and we'll do some jewelry making, and I will show you how I do it, and from beginning to end. And then I'm going to have kits available, like I said, on my website with a lot of these seashells and stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!